YouTube channel Nos Confunden.
Flat Earth, lands beyond the horizon. Similarities in ancient cultures. In every corner of the world we think we know, ancient cosmologies converge on a recurring mystery. Lands beyond the known limits, hidden realms where gods, heroes, spirits, and secrets beyond human comprehension seem to reside. It is a universal whisper, an echo that crosses oceans and millennia, a map drawn by minds separated by cultures, languages, and distances that seem impossible to bridge.
Nos Confunden.
The Celts spoke of Tir na Nog, the land of eternal youth, a place beyond the sea, accessible only through magical portals or journeys undertaken by the bravest. Navigators followed lights dancing on the horizon, crossed eternal mists, and arrived at a place where time had no power. Simultaneously, the Greeks narrated the existence of the Isles of the Blessed, realms reserved for heroic souls beyond the waters of the West, protected by storms and winds that no mortal could master without divine aid. This was a curious message even in ancient times, one that has casually survived in official records. Storms and winds that appear to be created by the same protectors, those who, from the shadows, do not want humans to reach them.
Nos Confunden.
Ancient texts not only speak of lands beyond the horizon, but also trace a disturbing pattern. An artificial impossibility seemingly designed to keep humanity confined, separated from these places that evoke freedom and true knowledge. One barrier after another, narrated in different ways, but with a common purpose: to dissuade, intimidate, and control access to these mysterious lands. Every culture, every civilization, describes these impediments as if they were part of a master plan, a design by higher forces that did not want humans to discover what lies beyond.
Nos Confunden.
In the Norse sagas, Jotunheim, the land of giants, is separated from Midgard by natural barriers of icy mountains and impassable oceans. The Eddas describe eternal snowstorms and cold that paralyze life itself, making it nearly impossible for humans to venture further. These descriptions disturbingly align with later accounts of explorers who reached Antarctica and encountered inexplicably perfect walls of ice, too symmetrical to be natural. Could this cold be a controlled projection, designed by the custodians to keep humanity within the boundaries of the first dome?
Nos Confunden.
The Greeks, in their mythology, spoke of the Pillars of Hercules, beyond which no mortal should venture. Navigators who challenged these waters were met with relentless winds that tore their ships apart and waves that resembled moving monsters. Herodotus, in his writings, described how the seas beyond the Mediterranean were impenetrable due to perpetual storms. These accounts are echoed in Polynesian traditions, which narrate that Hawaii, the ancestral land, could only be reached if navigators managed to evade mysterious hurricanes that seemed to manifest whenever someone attempted to cross the forbidden limits.
Nos Confunden.
In the Epic of Gilgamesh, the hero seeks immortality by traveling to the waters of Dilmun. However, his journey is fraught with danger. Sea serpents, currents impossible to traverse, and an endless storm threatening to destroy him. Gilgamesh never reaches beyond these barriers. Instead, he receives the message that humans should not aspire to more than what the gods have granted them. This narrative clearly reflects a story of control, where superior forces, the custodians or the Anunnaki, set impenetrable limits to protect the secrets of the lands beyond.
Nos Confunden.
The Book of Enoch mentions celestial gates connecting higher and lower realms, but also describes fallen angels as guardians of these gates, imposing punishments on those who try to cross. These gates are guarded by eternal fires and beings of light that block access. In Buddhist traditions, the concept of Mara, the demon of deception, appears in Pali texts as a figure that distracts and terrifies those seeking enlightenment, symbolizing another barrier, this time a mental one.
Nos confunden.
In ancient maps, such as those of Piri Reis, a world larger than what we currently know is depicted, with continents and coasts unknown beyond the explored limits. Over the centuries, however, we were told that these lands were cartographic errors. Stories of sailors who spotted islands or lands that should not exist were dismissed as fantasies or delusions. What better way to hide lands beyond than to convince everyone they simply do not exist? In the Shanhai Jing, ancient Chinese texts describe magical storms that arise when travelers attempt to cross oceans toward the realms of the immortals. These storms were not natural. They were sent by superior forces to keep humans away. This narrative is also found in the stories of North American indigenous peoples who spoke of perpetual lightning storms at the boundaries of sacred waters.
Nos confunden.
All these barriers, whether physical, climatic, or mental, seem designed with a clear purpose: to trap humanity within a limited space, disconnected from the truth and the knowledge of its real origin and destiny. In this narrative, the custodians and the Anunnaki use their advanced technology to create an environment where humans would never question the boundaries of their world. The invisible dome projector not only conceals what lies beyond, but also projects an illusory firmament to reinforce the belief that there is nothing more. In Hindu tradition, Mount Meru, the cosmic axis, stood as the center of the known world, surrounded by vast oceans and unknown continents. Beyond human reach, it was said to be inhabited by immortals and lands of abundance, unseen by mortal eyes. Similarly, the ancient Chinese spoke of the land of the immortals, a place beyond the eastern seas where the chosen attained perfection and longevity veiled in eternal mists. The Maya and Aztecs located their origins in Mictlan, a distant realm accessible only by the dead after enduring unimaginable trials. Meanwhile, Norse myths described Jotunheim, a realm beyond Midgard, inhabited by giants and surrounded by barriers only gods could cross.
Nos confunden.
In Egypt, the obsession with life after death led to descriptions of Duat, a subterranean and aquatic realm beyond the celestial Nile, where the soul journeyed to face divine judgments and uncover the secrets of creation. In the heart of Africa, tribes narrated stories of lands of abundance hidden behind impenetrable mountains, where ancestors lived in harmony with the spirits of nature. As mentioned earlier, in Oceania, Polynesians spoke of Hawaii, the land of origin and final destination of souls, a place beyond marine horizons, accessible only to those who navigated by following the stars and the whispers of the wind.
Nos confunden.
Sumerian and Babylonian cosmologies, among the earliest civilizations, mention the Abzu, a vast subterranean ocean, home to primordial gods and the origin of all creation. In North America, indigenous peoples narrated the existence of sacred lands beyond great rivers and mountains, places where gods walked alongside men and where the rules of the known world dissolved into magic and eternity. This is a story without pause, a universal narrative. All cultures gazed at the horizon and saw beyond it not the end of the known world, but the promise of something greater, something forbidden, something eternal. And now, the inevitable question: Are these coincidences merely the product of collective imagination, an archetype repeated out of necessity, or fragments of a hidden truth, knowledge that was taken from us and projected as a veil in the sky? The lands beyond are not just legend, not just myth. They are a common map that all civilizations have drawn, a door that remains closed, and a mystery crying out to be solved. Beyond the horizon does not lie the end, but the beginning of all that we have forgotten.
YouTube channel Nos Confunden.